Persistence is a really important part of success. We've all heard the story, probably, of Napoleon Hill telling us about an R.U. Darby who was a gold prospector. He got all the equipment, he was having some success, got frustrated, quit, sold all the equipment to a junk dealer. The junk dealer decided, well, I'll go back and try a little bit more. And within 3 feet, he found one of the richest veins of gold that there was. So, good example of persistence. However, when do you know when enough is enough? When do you know that the fly trying to get through the window, who's never going to get through the window, is you? And so that applies in a lot of places. Have I had people that have tried an industry, put good effort into it, finally decided, can't just make this work, and they pivoted? I remember one person that did one area for 2 years, couldn't make it happen, pivoted into another area, not immediately, but one of his first deals, if not his first deal after pivoting, was from contact to closing, 9 days. I'm not telling you you're going to get a deal closed in 9 days, but I am telling you that there are times that you should look at what you're doing, decide, do you think you've given it the right effort? If you have, and this applies to a lot of things, make a decision as to whether a different tactic, a different industry, different people will work. A lot of times with employees, number one, have you told the employee what you expect, as opposed to just saying, well, they're not doing it right. You've got to teach people what to do. You've got to give them the tools. But a lot of times in your heart of heart, you know that person is not the right person, but you don't want to confront that person, so you live with it, which ends up hurting the entire organization. I had someone this week, a couple this week, that said to me, well, nah, my CFO's the wrong guy, but we're right in the middle of a deal, so I don't want to make a change. Well, why is he not the right guy? Well, he doesn't respond to me. Okay. So you may be in the middle of a deal, but if your CFO is not responding, what value is there? It's almost like not having a CFO, other than maybe on paper it looks good. So he had a discussion. Magic words that you don't want to hear were, well, yeah, I've got basically other things to do and I'm not getting paid, which you do not want to hear that from board members. Obviously, you want people that want to work, are interested in the equity, and high performance people don't usually end up saying that. Now, maybe the right law firms or the right accounting firms, it may be any number of things, the right industry. So again, take a look at what you're doing. Take a look at the effort that you've put in. I ended up getting 2 emails this week on closed deals, and I'm going to share those in the emails that I've put out. And if you're not on my email list, you should be on my email list, because I will be doing a regular deal done case study that will be helpful to you. But those examples both were of people that had stuck with something. Did they make changes? Yes. Did they determine if this was going to work or not? Yes. Did they work through some hardships and were persistent? Absolutely. And they eventually closed both those deals, which was good to see. One of them took a couple of years, the other one was shorter than that. So, as he said to me, it was far too long at 2 years, and I'm not going to disagree with that. But at the end of a day, he got it done, which is the important part, rather than throw the towel in. Does that mean you might have to pivot? Yes. Might have to get different board members? Yes. Might have to change professionals? Perhaps. Might have to change things about what you're doing with outreach and your techniques? Yes. A lot of that is the reason that we do what we do in the group coaching and the VIP group, so that you can see what's working and what's not working. The role plays in particular are a great way to see that. So I would encourage you to think about that. Think about how persistent you are. Think about if you're taking action. But if you know in your heart of hearts that you've given this a good try, employees, same thing, etc., you know what you should do, but you just haven't done it, pull the trigger. most people end up that are successful making a decision and sticking to that decision reasonably quickly. And you can look at a lot of examples of people that did what a lot of other people thought were crazy. Recently, 80%, I think it was, of Twitter employees have been laid off, and they still run the platform. So how does that work? Now, I'm not going to say that that choice was good or that choice was bad. The financial results will tell us that. But those were quick decisions based on assessments, and I would encourage you to, the more quickly you can reach those points, typically the better you can get going forward, and you can make adjustments where you need to. So again, if you're looking on how to get started, Acquisition Advantage Bootcamp is the latest work I've put together, but there's also that free class on conversation starters. And if you just go over to brucewhipple.com/get class, you can grab that. But get on my email list, because you will be seeing more case studies, deals done. Again, I've received 2 of those this week from mentees advising me. So if you have done a deal, and if you haven't told me about it, I'd love to hear at bruce@brucewhipple.com.